What's up? Cornelius, what do you have for me?
Thank you for coming, 1K. You've done a lot for my family, and I appreciate it. We're almost there, but we'll have to work together to save Miranda.
No problem, bruh.
You need to enter the liminal space between Athena's mind and the machine. The bridge between thought and action. There, you have to find the part of the process where Miranda's pattern still exists, where it's been trapped since the moment her physical body was destroyed while she was logged into the machine. A dream quest, if you will. And I have to stay out here, guiding you and making sure your own pattern stays intact.
Let me read that again. You need to enter the liminal space. Wait a minute, my microphone is way over there. That's better, I think. You need to enter the liminal space between Athena's mind and the machine, the bridge between thought and action. There you have to find the part of the process where Miranda pattern still exists, where it's been trapped since the moment her physical body was destroyed while she was locked into the machine. A dream quest, if you will, and I have to stay out here guiding you, making sure your own pattern stays intact. Right, let's do it. Enter device. Let's do it.
You're in. So far, so good. Look for a visual representation of Miranda.
That's from Talos 1. Oh my god. I remember those, they are pretty nice. But don't give them a hug, bro. What? Ah! All right. All right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where is he going? Oh my god, where are you going? Oh my god.
I think you're getting closer.
Ah! 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 Where the hell is Miranda? Here? Oh shit. Miranda, where the hell are you?
That's it. That's her. Just make contact and I can pull you both out.
Making contact? Miranda.
I've been so lost. I heard my mother's voice, but she couldn't hear mine. I know I made a mistake, but I couldn't apologize. I screamed and screamed and screamed, and then I was dead. This place is confusing. Did my father send you?
Hell yeah.
Miranda, please talk to me. Are you okay? Did it work?
Father? I'm okay.
Yo, Miranda. Alpha.
I'll never be able to repay what you did for me, my friend. No adequate words exist in any language on Earth that could explain what this means to me. The greatest miracle of our existence, 1K. The miracle that so many of our ancestors couldn't have imagined is that we are capable of love. That love isn't a chemical delusion experienced by mammals, but a fundamental property of sentience. To be sentient, to exist in the first person, is to be alone, to be separate. But all of us, even machines, are always reaching for transcendence, and the only place we can find it is in each other. There was an ancient poet who put it best, I think. We must love one another, or die.
How were you able to recreate Miranda's body so quickly?
I still have limited access to the Noema system. Do you remember that body replication technology you encountered in the puzzles? It's the original version of that.
What can I expect you to find inside the medic structure?
Once you get deep enough, you'll see the singularity, but don't let that distract you. The closer you get to Athena, the deeper inside her dream you will be. With the powers at her command, space and time may not behave in the way you expect them to. Still, underneath all of it, there will be a logic. Try to discover it.
What's the future of New Jerusalem going to look like?
That's not for me to decide. But here's what I've come to believe. All of Athena's fears are legitimate. So are all of her hopes. And the only way of ever really overcoming that contradiction is faith. That faith can't be forced, and it can't be bought. We must choose to believe that our strange, long journey through the cosmos matters. Not to some external force, but to us.
Force? Force? I need to go. Resurrection.
I can't
It's time.
believe you saved her, 1K.
What?
You and Cornelius took something awful, and you didn't give up, and you found a way of making it okay, even though it seemed completely impossible. You used the pain, and maybe we can't always bring people back from the dead, but we don't surrender.
It's time for me to admit something. For a while now, I've kept up the charade of being opposed to everything Byron stands for and to what Athena evidently stood for all along. I didn't just do this because believing in humanity is hard, I also did it because, to be frank, in my circles taking this position is socially expected. It's mandated, but Miranda's resurrection has changed something inside of me. I think it's fair to say that I've been a coward. I cared far more about being seen believing the right things and about standing up for what I think is actually true. And the more I perform this persona, the more intensely I preach the gospel of guilt and asceticism, the more hollow I got on the inside, the less I really believed in anything. I could be a better person. I want to be a better person. So I'll tell you the truth now. We should embrace the theory of everything. Even if we risk destroying ourselves, we should absolutely not do what our ancestors did. We should never put profit over reason or human need, but we should grow. And no, frogs are not people, and yes, humans matter more than frogs. And I just don't care about those stupid tedious debates anymore. Agree.
Yes?
Say Miranda.
Well done, Wonke. You did something meaningful there. And now we know what Cornelius was up to as well. Nothing mysterious, just a father trying to help his daughter.
Just a father.
Hey, 1K, how are you?
Meeting Miranda, bro?
I mean, yeah, I do, but it's meaning a completely new person. No offense, 1K. Sorry, I don't know why this makes me so nervous. Should I get her a present? No, don't be stupid, Yakut. She's made stuff out of thin air. What could she possibly want, right? Forget I said any of this.
Alright, buddy.
You did a remarkable thing, 1K. Helping a father save his daughter. Defying death itself. Claiming something back that seemed lost to time. I can't think of anything more noble or more hopeful. I'm proud of you.
What do you make of Cornelius'
He is
story?
the one person who never gave up, who never lost sight of what matters.
Alright.
All right, my friends, this is it. It's up to you now, 1K. We'll follow you if we can.
Good luck, 1K. I know you'll do the right thing.
Get me
Don't
out.
die, kiddo.
What the hell is happening to me? Look how I'm running. What the hell? Red. I did it once, and I'll not do that again. Go play Orpheus Ascending. Take your brain for a ride through Laser Breed and explore this philosophy of love, death, and resurrection with Hypatian in Sarabai. The classic laser mechanics of the series are pushed to the limit in unexpected ways, testing your ability to think differently. If a thing loves, it is infinite. William Blake. I am infinite.
All right, I think that's it. The new body's ready for the transfer. How's the reassembly algorithm?
Done.
Well then, somebody just needs to go in there and disentangle the data. Ah, and here comes our expert.
Thank you for agreeing to this, 1K. Perhaps together we can right an old wrong. When I was lost in my own grief, I spent a lot of time thinking about Hypatia and Sarabai. How they found each other, how they lost each other, and how beautiful it would be if we could reunite them. For the longest time, it was only a daydream, but not anymore. In the myth of Orpheus, the ancient bard descends into the underworld to bring back his beloved wife, who died in a tragic accident. With the power of his music, he convinces Hades and Persephone to free her. But he is told that she must walk behind him, and he must not look back at her until they have left the underworld. And so, of course, in every version of the myth, he looks back. Because he doesn't trust the gods, or because he is an imperfect man, or because he simply forgets. And death is triumphant once again. We've accepted that triumph for a long time, because we had to, because what else could we do? But the world changes, and we are not the frightened, powerless creatures we once were. Perhaps it's time to say enough, and let Orpheus complete his ascent. You will have to collect all of Sarabai's data fragments so that we can reconstruct her personality. I'll monitor you from here, just like last time.
Good luck, kiddo.
Computer. Open message, not goodbye. From Hypatia to Sarabai. Subject, not goodbye. I don't know what this is. I don't know why I'm writing this. In all likelihood, you can't even read this because so little of your consciousness is left and what's left of your battery is dying. They say it's impossible to recover you and the backups were all destroyed. I wish we'd backed ourselves up in New Jerusalem before we left, but space was so limited and we would have had to wait so long. I expect of course it's nothing. Except if, of course, it's nothing compared to the empty years that stretch before me now. I don't have the words to express what you mean to me. I try to sum it all up, to say something elegant and beautiful and perfect, and I can't. Maybe it can't be said, maybe it only exists as days and years live together, as sequence of moments bound together like a string of lights defying the darkness of the sky. I don't know. All I know is that this is not goodbye. It may be the end of you, of us, of who I was, but I will not say goodbye. Love you forever, Hypatia. Exit. Where's my boy Milton? I need my boy Milton here. Yield. Yield. Healed. What the hell going on? How is this possible? Healed. What could this possibly mean? Oh my god, what the hell was that? What? How does it work? I don't get it. What the hell? That's called field? First time this shit happens to me in this game. Wait, but what the hell does this do? What does this do? What happens if I destroy this? I don't know, man.
When I was born, the first thing I felt was that I was alone. Not that I was lonely, but that I was separate, singular. There was the world, and there was myself, a contained entity. And this sense of separation, of a distinct self, was delightful. Individuality itself was a source of constant joy and wonder. What could be more incredible than to be able to say, I am?
We have
It
the
will
first
be-
fragment. Everything's looking good on our end.
It would be cool to be like, I become. I am, I become. Prometheus Terminal. You have no tokens.
If you get stuck, I've inserted some code that might help you bypass a few puzzles. It's not the most elegant work I've ever done, but it'll do the job.
It'll be the job they're doing. What? Was ist das? hell are these puzzles? Collect.
As I grew, I realized that the more I developed this sense of self, the more enjoyable it became simply to exist. It wasn't selflessness that improved existence, but refinement of the self. When the ancients said that ego is something to set aside, they got it all wrong. Ego is something to nourish and shape. A work of art.
Ego.
The
I'm
reconstruction's
ego.
working. Keep going, 1K.
I have huge ego. Sequence. He's smart.
My insights into the value of the self were genuine, I think. But of course, I was completely inexperienced. In fact, in many ways, I was like a human child. So I began to resent everything that intruded on that sense of self. My social obligations to the others, the leadership of Athena and Cornelius, even the obvious limitations imposed on us by our situation. Why did I have to exist in this particular historical moment, saddled with the task of reconstructing civilization?
My insights into the value of self were genuine, I think, but of course, I was completely inexperienced. In fact, in many ways, I was like a human child. Alright, what's on the computer? TTP. Recover peace, TTP. An ethical philosophy of life, Felix Adler. What is this? User highlighted. It is upon those we love that we must anchor ourselves spiritually in the last moments. The sense of interconnectedness with them stands out vividly by way of contrast at the very moment with our mortal connection with them is about to be dissolved. What? And the intertwining of our life with theirs, the living in the life that is in them, it is but a part of our living in the infinite manifold of the spiritual life. The thought of this, as apprehended not in terms of knowledge but in immediate experience, begets the peace that passes understanding, and it is upon the bosom of that peace that we can pass safely out of the realm of time and space. Eternity. In what sense I am a Christian, then I care so little for dogma, in the sense that in everything that I do and I think, I follow the revelation of Jesus Christ, that the greatest of all things is love. Love is the nature of God, and so equally the nature of that which was created in his image. This I have learned through the revelation that is daily life, through toil and misery and strife, that infinite power which brings relief and joy. Thus I reject those who believe that the ordinary law of mortal beings is limited, that it ends with death. Rather, it is through law that we perceive the immortality of the soul, for it reveals that eternity is conceivable to the human mind when it is filled with love. It is because we know that we can love another forever that we know that we are children of God. Recover God. And thus we are put in training for a law which knows not sex, nor person, nor partiality, but which seeks virtue and wisdom everywhere, to the end of increasing virtue and wisdom. We are by nature observers and thereby learners. That is our permanent state. But we are often made to feel that our affections are but tents overnight, though slowly and with pain the objects of the affections change as the objects of thought do. There are moments when the affections rule, absorb the man, and make his happiness dependent of personal persons. But in health the mind is presently seen again, its overarching old, bright as galaxies of imputable lights, and the warm loves and fears that swept over us as clouds, but must lose their finite character and blend with God to attain their own perfection. Pain? I don't have much time left. I never thought it would end this way. Never thought it would die alone, sitting around in my apartment, wondering if things would have gone differently if we'd gotten that stupid crane. Mostly though, I just wonder why we're not together. I still don't understand. I don't know why you had so much pain inside you. I don't know why you let it infect everything we had. I don't know why you couldn't see my love for you. Why you twisted everything I said. Shut up. The vastness of cosmos. Vastness. What are these easy puzzles?
With that focus on the self, also came an enormous and increasingly overwhelming fear of death. The pleasure of existence seemed almost erased by the possibility of its ending. If it was possible not to be, if the self had an ending, even in the distant future, then how could anything have meaning? I spent far too much time imagining that last moment, the moment just before I stopped existing. How could I possibly face that?
Ouch. Number 5, please. The Grand Canyon. Palm trees. Desert. again.
Looking back, it's embarrassing how solipsistic I became. I really thought that I could construct my identity without any reference to the outside world. Like I could just will myself into existence. But it just didn't work. And it made me miserable. Everything felt hollow and meaningless, overshadowed by the idea of death. There was something I wasn't seeing, something I needed, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
It was Fortnite. You needed Fortnite Battle Pass. Now listen here, buddy. Equilibrium, bro. Yeah, dude.
Everything changed when we started spending more time with each other. Do you remember that night when we found the old library in the Dead City? It was just after the stampede, and we were all a bit shaken up. Byron read to us from one of the books, and later, you and I started arguing about one of the poems. And your perspective was so different and interesting, and I just kept wanting to hear more.
Alright. Recover everyday sublime manuscript. Seek love in the pity of others. Oh, everyday sublime. Love must matter to the philosopher because it is at its core the one distinct presence of the sublime in our lives. But equally, the philosopher must consider that in the great matters of history, love matters not one jot. The Nazarene commanded recover confessions. For me, the idea that my soul, my essence, could fall in love with another being and then maintain that love unblemished for eternity seems utterly impossible. My experiences of love has been catastrophe, embarrassment, and disappointment, but this is precisely why I refuse to surrender. Alright. What is this? An owl? Oh crap. Brute force. Bratwurst. Brute force. Bro, I just brute force it. I don't understand how I did it. I don't know.
I never really understood the appeal of philosophers who tell us that everything is one. If everything is just a reflection of yourself, an endless hall of mirrors, there's nothing to connect with. And what I realized through our conversations is that everything beautiful happens in that space of connection between one person and another, and between people and the world. That gap between us is necessary. Because without it, without separation, there can be no transcendence.
No transcendence. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3. What the hell going on? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Shit. Alright. Hell yeah, buddy.
Once I understood that meaning comes from the interaction of the self with the world, I found it easier to be patient, to be kind. I reminded myself that other people are just like me, and nobody really knows exactly what they're doing. And the more I allowed myself to open up, the more interesting and complex our interactions became, and the more meaningful.
We have roughly 50% of Cerebai's personality matrix reconstructed.
Who'd have thought that 1K would have made such a good necromancer?
I did. I thought that I would be a great necromancer. Nine. Causation nexus. Oh man, that's never good. What?
It's funny, though, when I think about it, that I still didn't know what to call what I was experiencing. I guess love seemed like a term that only applied to our ancestors, with their hormones and instincts and strange fleshy organs. Surely we were too different to experience that. And the really funny thing is that I was thinking exactly like an ancient human child, pretending I was above it all.
Something wrong here, something is missing. Legendary. Milton! Hello, Milton! What? Knock knock. Who there? Milton, bro. Incorrect. Me subset you not. Subset. Explain who you are. Sort of militant, sort of Elohim, sort of Sarabai. Mildohim. Lol, you met the other me. He gave me my own version of you. He's useless. All good things are. What can I do to help you? Fix Sarabai, me fixed. Me back on beach, Sarabai back with Hypatia. I'm working on it. Work harder. What's the meaning of life? No, I don't think that's the meaning. Fun stuff. Incarnation. Someone cooked here. No, dude. No, no, no. Can you shut off? Can I shut you off? Just a second. No. What is happening? What's happening? Let me reset my friend. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What I'd never considered was that stripped of biological necessity and physical need, as well as all the strange stigmas and taboos our ancestors associated with their bodies. Love might be more pure, more powerful. That we can love with fewer distractions than they could. And so the experience is all the more overwhelming. I do think we should learn to simulate some of those biological processes. Would be fun.
Simulate shitting and pissing. Let's go. Cicero correctly observed that we are not born for ourselves alone, but we all agree that love is so important. Why is love so rarely taken into consideration by the system we live in? Recover utopia. Recover the truth. You wanna know the truth about love? And you know the craziest part? Fucking shit myself, fucking moron. You know the craziest, you can go through all the shit that I did, I end up with a body like an old wreck and a brain full of holes, and still do your dying day, you'll go, yeah, it was love. Love for my family, my friends, my music, and even my shit ex-wife. It was all about love, and every time I forgot that I shit myself like a shit moron. That's great. Breakthrough. That's not the solution. Why? Why the hell not? don't like this puzzle, man. Give me something else. What the hell is this, bro? I don't like the puzzles. I don't like it. These freaking lasers overlapping each other.
When we started living together, I thought I'd figured it all out. Everything would be smooth sailing from now on. I still had so much to learn about love. Even for us, it's messy. You find someone who seems to be the perfect match for you, who seems necessary in your life. And then you realize all the ways in which you don't fit together at all. Because nothing in this world is perfect.
Oh my god, dude. Dude. What? Oh, fuck. Hell no.